to do the stats. I wanted to do the stats. Good morning, North Central Region. How are you? For those of you who don't know me, I'm the National Chief of Staff for Col Chitwood. I've been in that role since July of last year. I want to sidestep just a minute. I'm going to finish what Jim was talking about in the briefing from National Headquarters. But I want to sidestep from that just a minute. This is the first time that for me to come to Nebraska and North Central Region, and I want to thank Colonel Cuttis for the hospitality that he and his staff shown. I've been here 24 hours and had a wonderful time. And General Anderson and I go back a long ways, and he was in Arkansas, and we met. He came back to Arkansas. Well, he was assigned at Little Rock Air Force Base at that time. And he used to talk about Omaha and Nebraska, what a wonderful place it was. He was right. And so I finally, after all these years, I joined in 1991, I got to come back. Finally got to come up here and visit. So everything you said is true. So, enjoying that. General Porter couldn't be here. Unfortunately, she wanted to be here and had planned on being here for the way timing worked out. Most of the wings and regions had their conferences in the spring this year. So she and I and General Anderson and whoever we could muster up have been running around the country trying to cover all the wing and region conferences. The Pacific region was also this weekend, so General Porter asked if I'd come here and speak for her, which I thought it was an honor to do. This is close. I'm from Arkansas. It only took about 6 or 7 hours to drive up here. So the trip was short and flights off country, which has been doing a lot lately. So, but she does send her best, and she appreciates everything you're doing. And we're going to talk a little bit more about what you're doing and where we're going in the Civil Air Patrol. Jim talked about where we're at now and what's happening in this region and across the country. And so what we want to do now is talk about where we're going. Shortly after the first of the year, after things kind of settled down, we began developing a new national staff that probably most of you know. General Porter and myself sat down with the new national staff, national headquarters staff, senior advisors, and decided, and the region commanders, decided on a course that we need to take for the next few years. And we had several criteria to do that, but mainly we wanted to get something within the 5 to 7 year range. So we could establish some goals and objectives to get us through the next 5 to 7 years. The Air Force, when they establish goals and objectives, they go out to 20 years. They look ahead 20 years. Most corporations and businesses look at 2 years. So we needed something kind of in the middle. And we didn't want to establish anything 10-year specific because we wanted to ensure that those objectives go past the normal 3-year national commander time span to ensure the future of Civil Air Patrol. So with that, if you'll bring up the first, okay, we have the first slide. What happened was we got together and we talked about the different goals and objectives and took information from all of you people out in the field about what our objectives and goals should be over the next 5 to 7 years. And we came up with 28. That's a lot of goals and objectives for 5 to 7 years. So we sat down and kind of hashed through that. She got with the region commanders, and they came up with 14, long story short. So they kind of compressed it down to 14, and then she and I sat down at the Louisiana Wing Conference when we had a little time and continued to compress that down to 9 specific long-range goals that we thought we could attain and you could attain in the next 5 to 7 years. The first one is Civil Air Patrol provides the best quality training. I have to read that through the flash. With sufficient availability to support CAP missions. We want to provide the best training that we can, but still be able to support our missions as we support the Air Force and all of our state and local agencies. We want to garner the highest level of public trust, accountability, and credibility through all echelons of the organization. And that's going to be very important. That's going to be very important, and we're going to do that through renewing our professionalism and some different things we're going to do that you'll be reading about soon. Number 3, CAP is the resource of choice for agencies requiring Homeland Security, SAR, VR, CD, and other operational missions. We want to be number 1 on everybody's list when they want to call for any of the missions that they think we can do for them. We want to be the resource of choice. Now, as I go through these, keep in mind that even though these are in a certain order, they're not that way. Some are going to take priority over others, depending on the situation, is where we think we need to be at that particular time. So, number 4, our cadets are the best trained and most experienced youth leaders in the United States. We want to train our cadets to be the best youth leaders in the United States, and that's going to take you, it's going to take everybody. Our adults are the best trained and most experienced set of volunteer leaders in the United States. Volunteer agencies all over the country, thousands of them, more than I thought. Somebody gave me a list of them. Thousands of volunteer agencies across the state, or across the country. We want to have the best volunteer leaders that we can get. CAP is recognized as a leader in air and space education, both to our members and to the general public. One of our 3 main missions, so we want to make sure that we get the right information out to the public and to our own members about aerospace education. CAP is well known for each of our missions. We want to make sure that everybody understands what Civil Air Patrol is all about, what we do, and what our capabilities are. CAP has a diverse and adequate base of financial resources. General Porter talks about fundraising before fundraising. We want to go out and gain, especially in the use of our CAP Foundation, Civil Air Patrol Foundation that we're developing, to go out and gain the trust of corporations and other organizations who want to support Civil Air Patrol. So we'll have friend-raising, and then we'll have fundraising, and develop some financial support aside from the wonderful support that we get from the Air Force to help us do our missions and keep our people trained. Last but not least, CAP is one of the 100 best volunteer organizations in the U.S., and it's easy for you to be a member of Civil Air Patrol, which I think takes priority, because if it's easier for you, it makes your job easier to get things done. So, one of the best 100 best volunteer organizations, I think we could be the best volunteer organization. And it's easy for our members to work within CAP. So, we've set the course. It's going to take all of us together. It's going to take all of you, your leadership. It's important that we all work together. Professionalism is the watchword. We have to be professional in everything we do. That's going to help us gain the respect of the organizations that we're going to need to help us to be successful. And it's going to take all of you to work with us. And that's why we want to present these to you, so you can understand where we're going, where you think we need to go, and be a part of that team. So, with that, we thank you very much for everything you do. We appreciate the effort that you put out, and I know that word doesn't come down a lot, so we try to get it down. I know Colonel Cudis, the region commander, the wing commander, try to get that word to you. But we do pay attention. We want to hear what you have to say. It's important that you speak out about your Civil Air Patrol. I know General Porter wants to hear what you have to say. She wants your input. It's very important to her. So please don't hesitate to contact us at any time. We're here for you. We're here to help you do your job. That's what's important to us. And I thank you for having me here at your region conference, and I look forward to visiting with all of you. Thank you.